Okay, Gemini, this reading we are going to do Saturn and Aries. Okay, so Saturn entered Aries May 24th, and it stays there for a little bit until September 2nd. Goes back into Pisces until February 15th, and then it stays there until April 12th of 28. So, okay, so I wrote down a few things that could be happening. For one, this is a karmic type of energy because Saturn is the lord of karma. Well, it's about learning lessons, you know. Sorry, I just got distracted. It's about working on impulses, the speed at which we do things, our level of confidence. You know, being in Aries is about confidence, impulses, motivation, willingness to take leaps of faith and start new things. And but I'm focusing on challenges, and I also pulled some gifts. So, the main, for you, it looks like the main challenges that you're going to face, for one, is about letting go. I feel like it's about letting go of I don't know, it looks like some sort of pain, okay? I'm not sure. It's going to be different. That part's going to be different for everybody. But also, another challenge is going to be about remembering who you are. Because I feel like maybe you've lost yourself due to, I don't know if it's like what people expect you to be, what you think people expect you to be, or maybe what people expect you to be, or societal standards. Hold on. Sorry, I was just going to let that siren. Yeah, because, so the main card is forgetting oneself. And I'm actually going to read a little bit of that. Okay. Okay, so this stage is denial. It's like time is an eternal present, not fleeting but locked. No progress is no regress either. A modern Adonis, an ancient Hermes, a grown-up Cupid shrined by laurel, mirth, and lotus. He's the welcoming allure of the present moment, the warm embrace which numbs everything else. If you let go of the pressure and of the pain. Oh, didn't I say pain? Interesting. I did say that. If you let go of enough of your identity and of your context you live in, then you will just feel better. It is what happens when you fall asleep, when you take refuge in the arms of loved one, or when you watch a movie slumped ungraciously on a comfy couch. Sometimes, however, it asks for more. It takes more out of you, more of yourself to be forgotten, to feel just a little better, and maybe the twisted idea that if you forget everything, then you will actually really feel better. Forgetting everything, letting everything go. Not just as a moment of rest, but as a jump in the dark. It is like vertigo. You stand on the edge of a precipice, and a little part of you just wants to jump. But it is just a moment of rest, a moment of pause, a moment of uncreative selfishness. So what? Let it be and sleep soundly. It's like numbing. It says, eating the lotus flower, numbing your identity to go by the sound of a music that was never ours. Look, and it looks like there's some sort of community here. So it's almost like, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm getting an image of, I don't care, I'm just using this as an example. So you know how, let's just use a mother. You become a mother, and then next thing you know, 20 years have gone by, and like all your dreams gone to the wayside, and that's all you've ended up being was a mother, and like you didn't accomplish anything else, and that was your identity. and everything else was forgotten. It's almost like kind of like that. So, but it's going to be different for everybody. So it's almost like there's a part of you that's been forgotten. Let's see, let's clarify a little bit. And it's like it's time to be reclaimed. It's like maybe very deep, because we have the goddess of the moon. Maybe it's very deep in the subconscious. It is. It's time for something to come up here, because we have the judgment. So it's like an awakening. It's time for some sort of awakening to happen. And then this is the Ace of Wands. So that's like some sort of passion, a new lease on life, some sort of gift. That's interesting. That's a fire sign. That's air. You know what I mean? It's something to be uncovered here. It's going to be different for everybody. And it's like, I don't know. It's almost like there's some sort of community or family that's been, I don't want, okay. Hold on. We don't want to say family's a burden, but you know what I'm saying? But from a perspective, as self, if you want to further your goals, there is a lot of responsibility and burden gets put on you, and your stuff gets put to the side. You know what I mean? Like, what is the broken heart? It's like you're clinging to some sort of pain. Why though? Hold on. Gotta figure this out. Are you waiting for something? Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands at the bottom. Then we have Queen of Wands. What are you waiting for? You are. What are you waiting for? Let's see. Let me see if I can find a different deck. That's interesting because this is about confidence, motivation, willingness to take leaps of faith. But this looks like you're waiting. But why? Maybe you're supposed to take some sort of action. I feel like you're supposed to do something and not wait. The Death and the Hierophant. Marriage. Okay. Wherever you're waiting around for something, you're not supposed to be waiting around. Yeah, we have something, mimic chest. What seems valuable may hide danger. Oh, this reminds me of a reading I just did. I can't remember. I think it was for Capricorn. But Capricorn is the, Saturn is, so that makes sense. I feel like wherever you're supposed to be, it's like you're sitting, you're forgetting your wants and needs, or you're forgetting yourself in a situation. It's like you're waiting for something here. I would say if it's like you're waiting for someone to change, or you're waiting for someone to propose marriage, or you're waiting for you know, this is about values and belief systems. If you're waiting for like someone's to match up your beliefs, like your belief systems or your values to match, someone to be on the same page. I'm just giving examples of kind of what this could be like, because I just kind of see this here, like the Hierophant with the Four of Wands and the Death card. Or if you're waiting for someone to see your value, or if you're waiting for a community to see your value, or a community to like match. Let's see with this Hierophant. Yeah, I almost feel like you're supposed to be doing something independently. Or if you are waiting for the perfect time, let's say you want to be in a commitment with somebody and you're waiting for like the perfect time or something. I don't know. To me, this seems like we're waiting when we're supposed to be taking action. It's like you're forgetting your needs. At the expense of like other people or society or something. That's kind of like how I see it. And it seems like it's hurting you. What did that say about pain? Sorry. Just want to look at that real quick. I feel let go of the pressure and the pain. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's pressure. Societal pressure is causing pain. I get a notification right at that time. So this is going to be challenge. I feel like the challenge is for you to take some sort of action based off of like what I've already said. Maybe taking leaps of faith, being confident, because we do have this Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like it's going off on your own, but I feel like it's going off on your own out of a community or out of what this is like. How do I describe it? Okay, so we have the Ten of Cups. That's family or community. So it's like going against that and doing what you want to do. Okay. Okay. So the gifts we have here are actually really good. And all this is going to play out. I feel like I was looking at my chart last night. I feel like, so this is kind of a 2-year transit. So I would look at your chart and see where you have Aries, see what the degrees are. I feel like early degrees, that's when you'll see stuff happening. Late degrees, where the degrees are, I feel like if it where you have Aries in your chart, where the house is, that's where you'll see the effects. Or like Saturn, I would look at where Saturn is. I feel like that's where you'll see it. I don't know, I'm not an astrologist, but that's kind of what I feel like. To me, I have it both. I have Aries at 11 degrees in one part of my chart, and then I have it at like 28 degrees in another part of my chart. So I'm going to get it at both ends. So this is actually really good. The gifts you're going to get, maybe if you overcome like the challenges, this is how you get the gifts. So we have some sort of wish coming in. So promises, gifts, like this, maybe some sort of promise or engagement, commitment, the sun, new beginnings, and then we have wishes. So those are the gifts you're going to get. Let's see what the wish is, though. Let's see if I can get more. Could be a commitment if you're looking for... I wonder if that's what this is. I wonder if, like, maybe if you're single and you want some sort of... Maybe there's a certain commitment you want with somebody that doesn't meet the expectations of, like, your family. And you go for it anyway, you know, maybe that would be the reward, that it works out. Do you know what I mean? That's an example of like what I feel like is, that could be how this could play out. God, my ears keep ringing. Okay. Some of this could be travel too as well. I don't know. There's a ship on there, and then I have the 8 of Wands. There's more waiting. Don't be waiting around. Some of you, it could be travel as well. Maybe overseas. Yeah, that's a good example. If you have like, even if you're leaving, another example would be like, let's say you're you're in like, you have a spiritual, your family is one religion and or has certain spiritual beliefs, and you don't really resonate with that anymore, and you take action to maybe join a different type of organization, and that could be like a different type of commitment, because this seems like it has something to do with like community or family, going against it to do something you want to do, overcoming a fear. What was that I just got? Great risk takes, you get great reward or something? All right. So that's what I have. It looks like a kind of a big challenge, but it looks like you get a pretty big reward as far as a wish coming in. But it looks like you have to go against either a community or society or like your family. And you have to go into the unknown. All right. That's what I have. I'll see you next time.